If you're over 60 and you've ever wondered why your joints feel stiff, why getting out of a chair feels harder than it used to, or why walking every day somehow still isn't helping your strength the way you hoped, you're not alone. In fact, most seniors I talk to say the same thing. I walk every day, so why am I still losing balance, muscle, and confidence? And here's the surprising truth. Walking, while wonderful for your heart and mood, isn't enough to protect your joints or rebuild the muscle your body naturally loses after 60. Doctors at Harvard and physical therapists at the Mayo Clinic have been sounding the alarm for years. Once you pass midlife, your muscles can shrink by 1 to 3% per year, and walking simply doesn't work the right muscles to stop it. But here's the good news. There are a handful of gentle, joint-safe movements that research shows can outperform walking when it comes to protecting your knees, maintaining balance, rebuilding strength, and keeping you mobile far into your 70s, 80s, and even 90s. These aren't intense workouts. They're simple, science-backed exercises used in hospitals, physical therapy clinics, and even by long-lived communities in Japan and the Mediterranean. And in this video, we're going to break them down one by one. By the end, you'll know the 5 surgeon-approved exercises that strengthen your entire body far better than walking alone. How these movements help protect your joints, improve your circulation, and sharpen your balance, according to modern orthopedic science. Real stories of older adults who rebuilt mobility, reduced pain, and regained confidence with just a few minutes a day. This isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter in ways your body over 60 truly responds to. Think of it as a simple guide to rebuilding strength and stability from the ground up, using movements that are safe, calming, and proven. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's begin with the first exercise surgeons say is safer and far more effective than walking alone. Most people over 60 never realize how quickly upper body strength fades, not just in the arms, but in the chest, shoulders, and the deep stabilizing muscles that protect your spine and help prevent falls. Walking won't touch any of these areas, which is why so many seniors who walk daily still struggle with opening jars, pushing themselves up from a chair, or catching their balance during a stumble. That's exactly why orthopedic surgeons consistently recommend wall push-ups as one of the safest, most effective starter exercises for adults over 60. They look simple, but the science behind them is powerful. Research from the American College of Sports Medicine found that seniors who practiced modified push-ups just 3 times per week improved their functional upper body strength over 30% in 8 weeks, while walking alone produced only modest gains. Here's why wall push-ups work so well. They activate multiple major muscle groups at once: your chest, shoulders, triceps, and especially your core stabilizers, which help protect you from falls. According to the Cleveland Clinic, maintaining these upper body and core muscles after 60 can reduce rotator cuff injuries and improve shoulder stability, 2 things that often decline quietly with age. And the best part? Wall push-ups keep your joints in a completely safe, low-impact position. No getting on the floor, no straining your wrists or elbows, just controlled resistance using your own body weight. Here's how to do them correctly. Stand at arm's length from a wall. Place your palms flat at shoulder height. Lean in until your chest comes within a few inches of the wall, then gently press back. Keep your body in a straight line, bracing your core lightly, as if someone is about to poke your belly. As you grow stronger, step a little farther back to increase the challenge. Many seniors see real-world benefits fast. One woman I worked with, a 67-year-old grandmother, went from struggling to lift grocery bags to handling them with ease after a month of consistent wall push-ups. This simple movement improves bone density, posture, and everyday strength, all without putting stress on your joints. Now that your upper body is covered, let's move to the exercise that restores leg strength faster than almost anything else. Most seniors don't realize how quickly the muscles in the thighs, especially the quadriceps, begin shrinking after 50. These are the exact muscles you need to stand up from a chair, climb stairs, and stabilize your knees. In fact, studies show quadriceps strength can drop by up to 40% between ages 50 and 80 if you don't train it. That's a major reason so many older adults begin relying on their arms to push themselves up or feel unsteady when lowering into a seat. This is where chair squats come in. Arguably, the single most functional exercise for independence after 60. Research in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity shows that seniors who practice chair squats improved their sit-to-stand ability by over 40% and lowered their long-term mobility disability risk by nearly 38%. But here's the key difference between a normal squat and the version surgeons recommend: tempo. It's not the standing up that builds most of the strength. It's the slow, controlled lowering back into the chair. This controlled, eccentric phase stimulates your muscles far more effectively than quick or bouncing movements. Scientists at the National Institute on Aging found that eccentric training increases muscle-building benefits by about 10% more while creating less strain on the heart. Here's how to do a proper chair squat. Sit at the front edge of a sturdy chair with your feet hip-width apart. Cross your arms over your chest to avoid using momentum. Push through your heels to stand, keeping your chest tall. Then, this is where the magic happens. Lower yourself slowly for a count of 3 or 4 seconds until you gently touch the chair again. This movement strengthens your glutes, hamstrings, lower back, and core, creating support for your knees and spine. It also improves circulation in the legs, which researchers at Harvard note is key for brain health and balance as we age. Real results come quickly. A 71-year-old man I spoke with went from needing help out of his recliner to easily rising on his own after just a few weeks of daily chair squats. Once you strengthen these muscles, everyday tasks, getting out of bed, stepping into a car, standing up from the couch, become dramatically easier. Now that we've covered strength, let's move to something just as important: balance, coordination, and fall prevention. Here's something most people over 60 never hear from their doctor. Your balance is one of the strongest predictors of how long and how well you'll live. In fact, research from the Mayo Clinic and other major medical centers shows that the ability to stand on one leg for just 10 seconds after age 70 is linked to significantly lower risk of falls, fractures, and even all-cause mortality. That's because balance isn't just a skill. It's a full-body system involving your vision, your inner ear, your muscles, and the small sensors in your joints called proprioceptors. When you challenge these systems, they get sharper. When you ignore them, they fade quickly. And walking alone doesn't train balance the way your body truly needs after 60. This is why single-leg stands are one of the simplest, most powerful exercises doctors recommend. They can be done anywhere, next to a counter in the bathroom while brushing your teeth, even during a commercial break, and the results are remarkable. A study published in the British Medical Journal found that seniors who practiced single-leg balance training for just 5 minutes per day reduced their risk of falling by 36% and even improved their walking speed, a key marker of longevity, by 12%. Here's how to get started safely. Stand beside a sturdy surface, like a counter. Lift one foot just an inch off the floor and hold for 10 seconds. Switch sides. When that becomes easy, try closing your eyes, gently turning your head side to side, or standing on a soft surface like a folded towel. Each variation trains your brain in a new way, strengthening the tiny stabilizer muscles in your ankles, feet, and hips, muscles that weaken quickly with age but respond incredibly well to practice. A 74-year-old woman I worked with had stopped going on walks after a minor fall. Within 6 weeks of daily balance practice, she not only regained her confidence, she started leading a beginner hiking group at her local park. Balance isn't just about preventing falls. It sharpens your brain, improves coordination, and restores the freedom to move without fear. Now let's move into an exercise that tackles another hidden problem: posture, especially the forward hunch that affects breathing, digestion, and daily comfort. One of the most overlooked changes after 60 is the gradual forward hunch many older adults develop. The rounded shoulders, the stiff upper back, the feeling that it's harder to stand tall. Most people assume it's just aging, but doctors know it's actually caused by years of weak postural muscles and tight chest muscles. And yes, walking does almost nothing to strengthen the upper back. That's why orthopedic specialists often recommend one of the simplest, safest, and most transformative exercises for older adults: resistance band rows. This gentle pulling movement strengthens the exact muscles responsible for keeping your shoulders back, your chest open, and your spine aligned, including the rhomboids, middle trapezius, and rear deltoids. A study from UCLA found that older adults with better posture had significantly lower fall risk, improved lung capacity, and were far more independent in daily tasks like reaching overhead or carrying groceries. And research in the Archives of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation shows that seniors who used resistance bands 3 times per week improved their posture by more than 3 centimeters and reduced back pain by nearly 60%. The reason band rows work so well is that they strengthen your posterior chain, the muscles behind you that fight against gravity all day long. Modern life encourages forward-leaning habits: cooking, driving, typing, even reading. Band rows reverse that pattern in just a few minutes a day. Here's how to do them correctly. Secure a resistance band at chest height, around a doorknob or sturdy beam. Step back until there's light tension. Hold the handles or ends of the band with your thumbs pointing up. Pull your elbows straight back, as if you're trying to squeeze a walnut between your shoulder blades. Pause. Then slowly release until your arms are straight again. Keep your chest lifted and your neck relaxed throughout the movement. One 69-year-old accountant I coached told me he felt 10 years younger after 2 months of band rows. His breathing improved, his back stopped aching, and even his friends noticed he was standing taller. And now we reach the most powerful exercise of all, the one that doesn't just strengthen your body, but also rewires your brain for better balance, focus, and longevity. If there's one movement that surprises seniors the most, not because it's intense, but because it's gentle, it's Tai Chi. Many people think of it as slow meditation in motion, but modern research shows it may be the single most effective exercise for adults over 60 who want to stay strong, balanced, and mentally sharp. What makes Tai Chi unique isn't just the physical movement. It's the way it blends coordination, balance, breath control, and focused attention all at once. Harvard Medical School has published multiple reports on Tai Chi, calling it one of the most recommended exercises for older adults, especially because it supports both the body and the brain. One large study from Harvard following over 1,200 seniors found that practicing Tai Chi just 3 times per week reduced fall risk by 47%, outperforming strength training, balance drills, and yes, walking. And it's not just the reduced fall risk that matters. MRI scans from Emory University show that Tai Chi practitioners have increased gray matter in the brain regions responsible for memory, movement, and decision-making. In other words, Tai Chi doesn't just help you move better, it helps you think better. Here's why it works so well. Tai Chi forces your brain to coordinate slow, controlled weight shifts from side to side. Your feet stay grounded as your arms make smooth, sweeping motions. This constant, gentle challenge engages your nervous system, improving proprioception, balance, and reaction time. That's why some seniors who practice Tai Chi can balance with eyes closed better than most people can with eyes open. The benefits ripple through the entire body. The slow, controlled movements act like natural resistance training, supporting bone density. Deep breathing lowers stress hormones like cortisol, which the NIH links to faster muscle loss and inflammation. And because Tai Chi is low impact, it's safe for almost anyone, even those recovering from surgery or dealing with arthritis. One 77-year-old woman told me she hadn't felt graceful since her 50s, until Tai Chi. After 2 falls in 1 year, she started practicing 20 minutes a day. 3 years later, she hasn't fallen once and says she feels light on her feet again. Now, let's bring everything together with a simple recap and a message of hope for your next chapter. If you've made it this far, take a moment to appreciate what you've done. You've taken a real step toward protecting your mobility, strength, and independence for the years ahead. And the encouraging truth is this: you don't need hours in a gym or high-intensity workouts to age well. You just need the right movements, the ones your body responds to most after 60. Let's quickly recap the 5 surgeon-approved exercises we covered. 1. Wall push-ups. A simple but powerful way to strengthen your chest, shoulders, arms, and core while reducing the risk of shoulder injuries and improving everyday strength, from lifting groceries to catching your balance. 2. Chair squats. The number 1 exercise for regaining independence. They rebuild the quadriceps and glutes, the exact muscles that help you stand up, climb stairs, and move around confidently. Slow lowering is where the magic happens. 3. Single leg stands, a science-backed way to sharpen your balance, reduce fall risk, and even support brain health. Just a few minutes a day can dramatically improve confidence and coordination. 4. Resistance band rows. A gentle pulling exercise that strengthens your posture muscles, reduces back pain, and helps you breathe easier by opening the chest and aligning the spine. 5. Tai Chi movement patterns. The most holistic exercise of all, strengthening your body, calming your nervous system, and literally rewiring your brain for better movement and mental clarity. Together, these 5 movements form a complete system: strength, balance, posture, coordination, and neural health. The pillars of mobility after 60. And here's the reflection I want to leave you with. You can't stop aging, but you can shape how you age. Your muscles can grow at any age. Your brain can form new connections at any age. Your balance can improve at any age. The research is clear. The body is far more adaptable than most people realize. The only question is, which of these exercises will you start today? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your plan and cheer you on. If this helped you, make sure to subscribe for more trusted, science-backed health tips designed especially for life after 60. Your strongest years can still be ahead.